across Britain, ordinary people are keeping a shocking secret. And their numbers are growing.
Look at this room, Nigel!
Over 1 million people now live in mountains of clutter.
It's quite good, actually. Keeps the whiff down.
That's our rat.
And when a hoard takes over...
How would you feel if you had more space?
Like I could breathe.
It can turn the lives of ordinary families upside down.
Mum, why are you not listening? Ah!
You can't live like this. I know.
But help is at hand.
This is the bathroom?
Yes.
I would have never guessed.
Psychotherapist Stelios has been treating hoarders for the last 15 years. And he believes he can help anyone in just 6 weeks.
They're not freaks. It isn't a choice.
I just want to get out of this room before this room kills me.
There's a little hoarder in all of us. When it's out of hand, and that's what makes it different.
This week, extreme hoarder Nigel.
This was once the dining room.
Can he declutter as his alter ego?
Yeah, that's better.
In Birkenhead, care worker Nigel spends as much time away from his house as possible.
But I'm in the open air, it's nice, it's peaceful, it's relaxing. I'm not looking at things and thinking, are they going to fall down, are they going to fall on top of me?
On his quiet street, behind the front door of his 2 up, 2 down, Nigel hides a secret.
It's not a life as normal people would have a life.
Inside, 55-year-old Nigel faces an exhausting daily struggle. Stumbling and squeezing his way through nearly a decade's worth of clutter.
I think it's done me in now.
Nigel's home is now barely habitable.
Cooking was one of my favourite hobbies, but now it's basically toast and a cuppa. No, it's not really a home anymore. It's just a base that I exist in.
So this room is what was the second bedroom. At the moment, not accessible until I can find my way in. The last time I used the bath was probably 7 or 8 months ago. The bath is actually behind all this lot, buried under bags and boxes. It plays havoc with my life. I can't really move in here properly. It's difficult to get dressed, difficult to do the normal things you would do in a bathroom.
There's just one tiny space left in the house where Nigel can sit down.
This is the bedroom, and it's the only place I've really got a little bit of space, the only space I have to use.
Ross, what with you?
Some washing, my stuff to go and have a shower, and some stuff to make some scones. I'll go and put some washing on now, and then I'll go and have a shower.
Let's put the kettle on while you're there, then.
OK.
Unable to use his own home, Nigel spends a lot of time with best friend Jackie and her daughters Sammy and Danielle.
So he's part of the family, just lets himself in. He can treat this house as his own, and he does. He'll just help himself to whatever's in the cupboard. He'll cook, he'll bake, go and do his washing, bring his knitting, he'll sit and knit, and he's just one of the family. So how's things at home then?
Still a mess, still getting on my nerves. Nothing's changed at the moment.
I do worry about him, the situation that he's in now with the house and that, 'cause it does get him down. And also the safety, because he's fallen down the stairs a few times. He could be lying there for 2 days without anybody knowing, and that's not good.
Nigel realises that things have got to change.
It's just existing, basically. That's how I feel I am at the moment, just existing. I need to get a proper life back.
Nigel's vast hoard grew out of a passion for collecting. Buried in the clutter are sewing machines, knitting machines, and over 4,000 pieces of willow pattern pottery. Many hoarders like Nigel started out as collectors. But where does collecting end and compulsive hoarding begin?
Well, it started off going to be a dozen, then it went to 20, perhaps 100, and then I thought, oh no, just carry on, see how many I can get. 17,125.
There's about 14 tonne of glass in here, which comprises 17,500 milk bottles, as far as we know.
It's when a tidy collection turns into an out-of-control hoard and starts to interfere with normal life. That's when the problems begin.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to buy something. Right, I'm going to buy that.
Not all hoards start as collections. For the last 10 years, personal assistant Jenny has relished the bargains she finds in charity shops.
I just buy things because I like them. Still can't stop looking, even when I've bought something.
But divorcee Jenny's ever-expanding hoard is ruining family life.
Oh, hello, Daisy.
Hi,
Has
Nanny.
Mum gone off and dropped you on my doorstep?
Yeah.
Come on, then.
12-year-old Daisy finds visiting Grandma a struggle.
I find when I come in, I seem to get a headache.
I know you've said that the smell of the animals is, you know, that can't really be helped. I have got 5 cats, 3 dogs, a rabbit and a chicken.
I think also the clutter, it just hurts my eyes because there's so much to concentrate on.
Yes, it could be. I mean, bric-a-brac everywhere.
Yeah.
Hoarding is now on the increase, and Jenny and Nigel are part of an estimated 1.2 million hoarders in the UK. Hoarding disorder, as it is called, is difficult to treat, but one man believes he has the answer. Leading psychotherapist Stelios has been treating hoarders for the past 15 years. Using a mixture of conventional and alternative therapies, he believes he can declutter the minds and homes of extreme hoarders in just 6 weeks.
It can happen to anybody. It's not because they want to live in a dirty environment or surround themselves with clutter and filth. It isn't a choice. It is an outcome of the mental health problem.
Stelios has agreed to help Nigel. In just 6 weeks' time, he'll be sending in an expert team to clear away his hoard. The first step is to see if Nigel is ready to change.
The most important thing for me as a therapist is to see the level of motivation in hoarders are quite resistant. So the fact that I'll be going to Nigel's house and the fact that he's allowing me to go and observe him and understand his hoard is quite a remarkable achievement, really.
Nobody's actually been in the house for 2 years. People would probably be horrified if they saw the state of it, but they were probably people who wouldn't understand or didn't know the circumstances. Hello.
Hello, Nigel.
Pleased to meet you.
Stelios. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Can I come in?
You certainly can.
Thank you.
Just be careful as you come through.
Thank you.
Step over a couple of things. So hooked. Oh. Right.
Nigel, which room is this?
This was once the dining room.
Oh, look at all that. Wow.
And then through the arch
Yeah.
was what I used to use as my lounge.
So once this was a proper room.
Yeah. That used to be set out as a proper formal dining room.
Stelios may have years of experience in treating hoarders, but that doesn't stop him being overwhelmed by the stench in the kitchen.
Why is the smell here? more pungent.
It's...
Do you mind if I put my hand to it?
No, no, that's fine.
I know you're used to it, I'm not.
Well, I have no sense of smell, so...
It's very bad in here.
It's the cat litter trays that I need to empty.
OK.
Yeah.
Nigel's 2 cats have free rein of the house, and the sheer amount of clutter makes it impossible for him to clean up after them.
Have you always lived on your own here?
No, I had a partner who lived here. Yeah, we were together quite a number of years before he died.
When did he die?
Again, that's about 9 years ago, roughly.
From what?
Cancer.
What was your partner's name?
Sid.
Sid.
Yeah.
Do you mind talking about Sid?
No.
Is that all right?
It's fine.
Tell me about Sid. What was it like?
We collected all this together.
Also, he was a collector?
Yeah, he was... We were both collectors before we met.
Yeah.
And of course, when we met, all the collections got amalgamated together, so...
What did he used to collect?
His main collection was the willow pattern.
The willow pattern?
Yeah, which I sort of added to as well, and then after his death, I just carried on collecting.
OK.
I always promised him that I would carry on with the willow pattern, never get rid of it. Just everything else just got out of hand.
Are all the rooms like this?
Yeah.
Are they?
Everyone.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Which room is this, Nigel?
So this is what was the bathroom.
The bathroom?
The bathroom.
This is the bathroom?
Yes.
I would have never guessed. Wow. The feeling I get so far is that, you know, things were really organised and interesting, and then suddenly there's a cut-off point where it's
everything's just gone downhill.
Just went downhill.
Yeah.
Somehow your brain has stopped, isn't it?
It's just given up on the rest of it.
It's given up. It sounds to me like since Sid has died, you've just suppressed this huge amount of emotions.
Yeah, I think that was probably the big start. That's where it mainly started.
What all this serves, in my experience, is to numb yourself. It's what we call emotional insulation. You know, it insulates you from the pain, emotional pain, but it never really works because it's inside, not outside.
That's it.
I've scanned your house from what I can see, but I can't see one picture of Sid. Why? Is it maybe because you don't want to accept that he's dead?
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. Because, you know, when we accept if somebody's there, we have a picture of them and always say, this is so-and-so, this was... You haven't.
I think the only one that there is somewhere in that front room, buried, yeah. And possibly in that pile of photographs there is one.
Can I have a look?
There it is.
You found him?
Yep.
There's Sid. That's lovely, because you're both smiling.
Yeah.
And that's very significant, isn't it? One of the things I would like you to do is to have this picture out. And I want you to look at it every single day.
Yeah.
Don't hide Sid away. Yeah? I know it's going to be difficult, but it's a first step forward to accepting that Sid is there, but not here. Okay. And I'm really surprised that Nigel is still alive. Wow. Really? I think every day that goes by, every minute that goes by, Nigel lives in that house. He's putting his life at risk. It's a death trap in there.
For the past 9 years, 55-year-old Nigel has been filling his house with junk. Now Nigel has accepted help and has 6 weeks to turn his life around. His first challenge is to start inviting friends back into his home.
Didn't want anybody in before. I think I've accepted now that things have got to change. So to make that change, people have got to come in to help me.
Best friend Jackie is coming over for the first time in 2 years.
Yeah, Nigel. Last time I was here, Nigel, I could at least see your table. Ooh. No. This is just 100% worse than when I came and saw it last time. I just don't know where he's got all the stuff from. Oh, Nigel, that's... Oh. Is this just all clothes and material?
I don't know what's in there anymore.
This is just...
Yeah,
I just don't know what to say. I mean, down there somewhere is the bath. It's bad. Right, so what's your bedroom like then?
Just like it was before, so you don't really need to go in there anyway.
From what I can see up to now, it's not just like it was before. Oh, Nige. Nige, that is disgusting.
What is?
How can you live like it?
Well, I just have to, don't I?
You haven't even got any floor space.
Well, there's enough space to get in, jump on the bed and go to bed, so...
Well, that's it. I knew it was bad, Nige, but I didn't realise it was that bad. I'm surprised that you haven't been buried in it.
Well, maybe I have occasionally.
I understand now why you don't want to be here.
So now you perhaps see now more why I do get in the state I get in.
Come on. You get there. I never realised it was as bad as it was because he never let anybody in. This is his last chance. Otherwise, it's going to be like that for the rest of his life. And it'll just get worse and worse and worse.
Letting Jackie back into his home was a big step for Nigel. Now, on Stelios' suggestion, he's hung up a picture of his dead partner, Sid, to help him come to terms with his loss and to begin to deal with the reality of his situation.
Life in the house is difficult. I do realise sometimes that the things around me, not only are they the things that I like to have around, but eventually could be the things that end up causing me to die. I had boxes and the knitting machine fall on top of me in the hall and actually pin me to the floor.
Spurred on by Jackie's visit, Nigel has decided to tackle the hallway.
I just don't know which end to start at, because there's bits and pieces that I can see kicking around that I just want to get in bin bags ready to put in the bin.
But hoarders are terrible procrastinators. And Nigel finds it virtually impossible to decide what to keep and what to throw away. And all he can really do is move things around.
The new set of scales I bought for the kitchen, but as yet they've not gone as far as the kitchen, so I can head that way. Quite dramatic when it's got the candles on and lit.
After 4 hours, Nigel has managed to move a lot of clutter.
Some aftershave and a few cosmetics and creams and potions.
To other rooms. And some bits and pieces have made it outside. But in spite of all his efforts, Nigel's hard work has made little impact.
If the hoard had a voice, you know, what do you think he would say to you?
He would say to me, get rid of us.
Yeah.
Personal assistant Jenny is also being helped with her hoarding disorder by psychotherapist Stelios. But she's finding it hard to face up to her problem in her Berkshire semi.
I'd call it an Aladdin's cave, but other people might call it Steptoe's scrapyard.
Jenny's hoarding began 10 years ago, after a near-fatal car accident in which she lost the use of her right arm.
It's like being in a womb. I feel cosy. I feel really hidden away inside, like a hibernating animal. And it makes me feel safe.
Jenny's 12-year-old granddaughter Daisy lives 53 miles away. So a few years ago, Jenny spent £20,000 converting her loft into a spare bedroom so that she could stay over. But it hasn't quite worked out as planned.
Oh my God, I didn't expect it to be like this at all. We used to be able to walk down there.
Gosh,
I want it to be like that.
I've forgotten what that was like.
When I walk into the house, I feel sad that my nan has to live like this. I would actually love to stay over, but it's just too cluttery, and the smell and just all the junk just makes me get a headache.
I want to get rid of a lot of, you know, my excess clutter. If I don't do it soon, she won't, you know, she'll be too grown up to want to come.
Nigel is now 3 weeks into his treatment. After his attempts to clear out his haul failed, Stelios has called him into his clinic to suggest a radical new strategy.
When I came to your house, I noticed a lot of wigs.
That's my alter ego. I suppose I use it as an escape. It changes my personality. I become a whole different person.
Okay, so you dress up?
Yeah.
Really? What's her name?
Well, she has two names. If she's been good, she's Miranda.
Mm-hmm.
If she's been bad, she's Miss Bakewell Tart.
You know, and I bet they tell you off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do they say?
Oh, it's all sorts of things, you know. They say, oh, no, you don't need that, you know.
It's interesting. Because what I'm thinking is we can get Miranda and Miss Tart to help you as well.
Mm.
How about Miranda clears up the entrance hall? We all have our alter egos, and he has them, but they're more pronounced because he obviously cross-dresses and so forth, and that's fine. In some ways, the alter egos are perhaps that rational part of his voice, because it's Miranda who says to him, no, you don't need that. So it's the logical side of him that has taken the form of a woman.
And a little chicken fillets, just to make her boobs bigger. I suppose it's like having a twin sister, but the twin sister is all inside me. Possibly Miss Miranda will be able to sort of get rid of quite a lot more stuff than I'm able to. We'll just see what happens.
Extreme hoarder Nigel has experienced a range of therapies created by psychotherapist Stelios to help him turn his life around. But it's not Nigel, it's his alter ego Miss Miranda who's now about to try to conquer the hoard.
Do we really want Nana Muscuri and Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music? I think not. Rubbish. Feathery eyelashes. I suppose Miranda's better with some of the stuff in the hallway because she doesn't get as attached to it. Some of it doesn't really mean much to her, so she's more able to get rid of it. I think this is probably something that Nigel would have kept. It's a candlestick with just like a big glass bead in the middle, but there's only one of them, so really, I think it's got to go. Rubbish. Rubbish. I might want to keep that one, Barbara Streisand. I think that's been quite a good day.
Next day, Nigel's got surprise visitors. Jackie's daughters, Sammy and Danielle.
I was bins full. Hello. Inspection.
Hello, what do you mean inspection?
How far have you done?
Quite a bit more. Yesterday's help was quite good. She did a good job.
Yeah, you've done quite well, haven't you? Who was with you yesterday?
Who came yesterday? Miss Miranda came yesterday to help.
Who's Miss Miranda?
Well, we sometimes refer to her as the bitch.
You didn't dress up, did you? You did, didn't
Miss
you?
Miranda came out to play.
So you've done it dressed up?
I think it is weird the way he's dressed up to do it. Yeah, because he said that Miranda hasn't got a connection with them things. Well, it's still him under a wig.
Now you've done the haul and you know how much there is to be thrown away. Are you going to start thinking about Skip?
No, I'm not paying for Skip to have people on the street dump their rubbish in it. It's just as easy to put it in the car, so I'm quite happy to go to the tip with it. It would be full of the people's rubbish before I got mine
Well,
in.
not really, if we just like...
There will be no Skip outside the house.
He gets very moody, yeah, and like defensive about it, doesn't he? He's like, no, that's the end of the subject, conversation, no. So,
we'll get my mum to have a word with him.
Yeah.
3 days later, Jackie and her daughters have invited Nigel round for dinner. What he doesn't know is that Jackie has an ulterior motive.
It would be a hell of a lot quicker with a skip.
Yeah, but in a day, I'm just going to manage to fill the car, so that's a car load gone to the tip. So,
Yeah, but it's not...
Mum, it's got to be my way in the car, or else, no.
Well, what
Because-
about... No, oh, all right then, what about Miranda's way?
Well, she's not so keen on the skip. She's not so keen on the skip.
No, that's Nigel that's not keen on the skip.
Well,
I thought Miranda was getting stuck in there.
Yeah, she did. She got stuck in and cleared a lot of the stuff and got it ready for me to take to the tip and the charity shop.
So she can get the stuff ready to go to the skip then, can't she?
I don't know yet. I'll have to ask her.
One week later, and Miranda has said yes to the skip. And Nigel is facing every hoarder's worst nightmare.
Send it away. Right. We can start.
Just the only tea lights.
Yeah. What colour are they?
I don't know. You haven't used them. Chuck them.
It's one thing to have a skip, but it's going to be a battle to get Nigel to put things in it.
It's coat hangers. Chucking.
I'm going to put it there to chuck out because it won't go in the bag.
You can only keep 5 more things and the rest is going. So choose wisely. Just leave them in.
I'm just looking at who they are.
The first one. We can see the floor. We've got a bit of the floor showing.
I know, we've got a bit of the floor showing.
I bet you never thought you'd see that.
No, probably not. That can go.
Or at least now he's getting really stuck in and we've got some of that dining room sorted.
It's quite a bit, isn't it? Yeah.
With Sammy and Danielle helping, the clear-out really gets going.
Right, Sammy. Mine said he was putting me in there. Door and
I don't really know what has changed, but something's changed to make me do this and feel like this, so it can only be for the good. I don't need the pie cutters.
No. Bin.
Bin.
You might have been better the other side. That much stuff.
In one afternoon, they've managed to fill an extra-large skip.
Yeah, we have done a lot though, haven't it?
Well, let's face it, we can stand here where we couldn't see anything apart from the mountain.
You can see the telly.
And I can watch the telly.
I'm proud of what you've done, Nige.
It's done, isn't it?
That night, Nigel can sit down in his dining room for the first time in 4 years.
The treatment I've been having with Stelios, the talks with Stelios, has helped me to come to terms with it, so it's only for the good, really. Time to move on.
With the 6 weeks nearly up, it's coming to the end of Nigel's therapy.
Hello, Jenny.
Hi.
This is Nigel.
Nice to meet you.
Stelios has arranged a joint session of art therapy in the hope that Nigel's newfound confidence will inspire Jenny to start decluttering.
Do you want to show Jenny your pictures, your recent pictures?
This is how far I've got. That was buried, so that is now the corner in the dining room where the television is that's not been seen for 2 years.
Have you been doing this on your own? Have you had help?
I've had one of my friends round with her 2 daughters. With just one day, we filled that skip from one room. So it is going.
Blimey, it must make you feel a lot better,
Oh, it
actually.
makes an awful lot of difference. Once you've got the space there,
Yeah.
it is so much different.
Jenny, do you think you can do that?
I hope so. Skips, I'm not too sure about.
What I'm hoping to do with this exercise is just to help you understand, in terms of physically seeing something, for you to draw your emotional clutter. It's very important to bring the inside world to the outside. And one way of bringing your inside world into the outside world is by putting it on a piece of paper. So what's the emotional clutter on that piece of paper for you?
I suppose it's just all the things that are mixed up in my head that I've not been able to come to terms with or been able to sort through. people dying, all sorts of things like that. And sort of the little bits coming out, feeling for trying to sort of, I suppose, feel for some kind of help.
There's like a little face in there trying to peer out.
Whose face is it?
Could be me trying to get out of the chaos and turmoil.
Yeah. Jenny is really just starting the path of recovery, but it was lovely to see Nigel helping Jenny and giving her some really thorough advice and helpful advice and more hope, really.
Inspired by her session with Stelios and Nigel, Jenny's ready to tackle her spare bedroom.
Oh, I love you, Jane, but this is ridiculous.
This is the first time that close friend Angela has ventured upstairs.
I love organising stuff, but this, I just wouldn't know where to start.
I think it probably looks worse than it actually is because it's all tossed around.
It is overwhelming because there's so much stuff. And the thing is, it's not just here, it's the rest of the house as well. So, can't we just throw these hangers? They're horrible.
Well, I need some hangers downstairs because I can't hang my clothes up. The old suede jacket, it was my cousin's and she died of lung cancer, you see, so you get attached to things. I keep coming to get rid of it and then I think it was Barbara's.
Yeah, it was Barbara's, but Barbara's not
And then
here,
I
it's
wore
no good
it
to
and
you.
now it needs cleaning and...
Tackling such an enormous hoard is a daunting prospect, and Angela's getting frustrated by Jenny's reluctance to throw anything away.
It's difficult to... you try and understand, but it's difficult to understand when you're not a hoarder yourself. And you try and understand and you try and tell yourself it's an illness, but I don't know. Now look, this can go in the tip. You don't want this, surely, do you? I want to hear the word no.
No, not really. Although it might be useful to put stuff on at the car boot.
Have we thrown anything away yet?
Yes, I've put 2 coats there that are going downstairs. Well, I haven't got that much in the way of rubbish. I mean, there is some stuff, but most of it is
what?
Saleable or giveawayable or something.
After a frustrating afternoon, Angela finally leaves.
We did what we could, but then you come down round the corner, down the stairs, and it's just horrendous.
I don't think people realise how petrified I've been. I found it extremely exhausting, emotionally exhausting and draining, but it's a start.
It's just over a week before Nigel finishes his therapy.
Stelios believes that, yeah, the treatment is working for me and that he believes, yes, I'm ready for the next step. Actually, letting the cleaning team come in to have a go.
To give Nigel a final push, Stelios has sent in a team of professional de-clutterers. But letting strangers in to clean his home is a big step for Nigel.
Hello.
Nigel. Hi, Nigel.
Do you want to come in?
Zoe Steele is an expert in decluttering hoarders' homes.
Hello, Nigel. What a hoard! Look at this room, Nigel!
That, yeah, well, exactly. That was my workroom.
I don't know how you haven't been lost amongst all the hoard. Eh?
It does feel as though I'm lost in it.
Oh, my... Nigel, how have you lived like this?
Well...
Oh, this couldn't have gone on much longer. It is huge. I've never seen a hoard this big and, more importantly, this depressing. It's full of sadness.
Yeah.
And that's what's got to go.
Extreme hoarder Nigel is in the final stages of a 6-week therapy course to kick his hoarding habit. Psychotherapist Stelios Kiosis has been working on his mind.
This is one of the most extreme cases we've had here. If he hadn't come for any treatment, the probability is that he would have sooner or later killed himself in the house.
He sent in expert declutterer Zoe Steele to deal with the mammoth task of clearing his hoard.
Look at this room, Nigel!
Over 200 miles away in Berkshire, hoarder Jenny has also been making changes. After struggling to clear her hoard, she's begun taking items to one of the charity shops where she used to buy things.
There's probably mainly rubbish in there. I hope there's something useful anyway.
Wanting her granddaughter to stay has motivated Jenny to start sorting out her home.
It spurred me on to try and get rid of things, and I've started doing that. It's a slow process doing that, though. I mean, it's one thing to tidy the mess up, it's another thing for me to actually get rid of things, and that's my biggest problem. I've got a big job ahead of me.
Granddaughter Daisy is coming to see how she's getting on.
I'm sure you'll see a difference.
It does, it looks so different. Oh my God.
It's a major achievement for Jenny, but she still has an awfully long way to go.
At least some of it has...
It's a start. I'm so proud of you, Nanny, for being able to do this.
It just has made me feel lifted. I feel spurred on to carry on with it all. Don't feel so sort of down in the dumps about it.
Back in Birkenhead, Nigel is starting his major clear-out with Zoe and her professional declutterers.
Right, here we go. What about this? USB air freshener.
Put it outside for now.
Her technique is to work fast, so Nigel can't get hung up on individual items.
Quick decisions, gotta go. Keep going, come on. What's in this one?
That's my hair clippers.
Right, so keep. Right, what about these dishes here?
Those I can use again because the rest of the set is actually in the bottom of that thingamajig in there.
Where do I put it?
What?
Where do I put it all, Nigel? Right, we've got 2 mixers here, lovey.
I need to keep both
You
of them.
haven't got the space for 2, Nigel. You haven't got the space for 2.
I've got all the attachments.
Nigel, you haven't got the space for it. You've got all the bit. No, listen. You haven't got room to have 2. Quick decision. I'm going to give you 20. I'll count.
It's got to be that one then.
Which one?
The older one.
Well done. We put it out the side.
Yeah.
To be kept.
Fine.
To go. What does that belong to?
The burger maker.
Do you use the burger maker?
And I haven't been because I've not been able to.
So you're not going to use it, are you?
Well.
Really?
All right.
Come on. You aren't, are you?
No,
Let's
fine.
be honest. Come on, darling.
No, fine. Yeah.
So he doesn't feel pushed. He is allowed to hang on to some possessions.
Egg cooker. Is this the only one you've got?
Yeah.
Are you going to use an egg cooker?
Eventually, when I've got the kitchen sorted.
So it's a keeper that's coming back in, but when we start to sort the kitchen out, if there isn't
Once I see what
space
space I've got, then yeah, fair enough.
Is that agree?
Yeah, that's fine.
He's given me reasons on the things that he's keeping, but we will go back to them later. Right, now, would it really hurt you to see a whole bag of rag go? You don't need it, do you?
Well...
Nigel, that's good. Come on. Brilliant. Stelios will be so pleased with you. Come on. Moving on.
I suppose it is strange with strange people in the house, but we'll get used to it. It's just another challenge. Yeah, that's the keep.
Yeah.
No one's been into Nigel's front room for 4 years. It's where he's been storing his most precious items.
Oh, gosh. Right, Nigel, look at this.
That's willow pattern. That needs to get to the sink.
No, you can't take it to the sink. No. Oh! It's a box, but unfortunately the cats
have used
it as a toilet. But it's really bad. There's maggots in here, there's toilet, pee, cat's poo. It's absolutely awful. It is soaking wet. The box is falling apart and it's full of maggots. It's really nasty, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more we're going to find.
This one has also been
completely
sort of,
yeah. Is it like, yeah.
Been used as a toilet as well.
So it's a shame because it is something he values, but how can, if it's something you value, why wouldn't you look after it and let it get to this? But hopefully, you know, Nigel will start to turn the corner, but this is pretty rank.
Upstairs, Nigel's finally in reach of his 36-strong collection of sewing machines.
Must be maybe 3 years since I last was able to get through the door.
How are we doing, Nigel?
We are getting there.
Sewing machine. Got another sewing machine.
Yes, I know.
Get
It's
another
all right.
sewing
Got
machine.
news for you. There's 2 more there.
Do you think you could part with it?
I suppose so.
Made the decision and it's got to go. Absolutely. I can't believe how good you're doing. Oh, I could kiss you.
Oh, please don't.
Why not?
He's managed to chuck out 14 of his prized collection.
What's that one?
That can go.
Clearing the clutter has uncovered the destruction underneath.
The cats have had the run of the house and it's just horrendous. I need a breather for a minute. It's making me feel quite sick.
But the house is finally starting to emerge from the debris.
Big lift.
You can start to see as we're unravelling it how it was before, and I think it was quite an organised, set out, presented display. Probably I'd liken it to a little museum of all the things he liked.
This is how it was. It was always arranged and in order. It's just that everything else has just hidden it for all these years. To be actually sat here looking at it. It is quite strange.
It's the end of Nigel's 6 weeks of treatment, and time for Stelios to see if the therapy has been a success.
How can one man accumulate so much stuff? And I bet this is not the only one. I can't wait to get in there and see what he's done. So.
Well.
Hello.
Do come in.
Thank you. I'm shocked.
You will be. You really will.
Wow. It's just amazing. Well done. Oh my goodness. I feel emotional myself.
Well, exactly.
Wow. Well done. I've got no, just feeling quite overwhelmed, really. What a beautiful home. It's just a shock, really. Wow. Well,
it's been done.
You've done it?
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. It's done.
Nigel, I'm so happy for you, I really am. This is just amazing. And there, Sid is sitting proudly there. You've done the bathroom as well?
Yes.
Wow. This is amazing. It's like a different home. It's
a different home now.
It's just amazing. I remember we couldn't move. We were standing. You were standing. I think I was standing here. You were standing there.
Yeah, that's it.
And we just couldn't move.
It's just a miracle.
6 weeks ago, Nigel's hoard was so extreme it had become a health hazard. There hasn't been time to tackle his main bedroom yet, and some precious items have been kept. But he has filled 5 extra-large skips. And the transformation is incredible. Rooms that were totally blocked are now completely clear. He's got a bathroom he can use. And a kitchen he can cook in. With Stelios' help, Nigel's life has been transformed.
Well done.
I just can't believe that it's done.
You've done it?
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you.
Well, I just can't believe it. But I've done it, and that's it. It's the start again now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Never lose hope.
No. Oh, no. Never again.
Never. Believe in yourself, you know?
That's it. It's just made all the difference.
Nigel.
Right.
Thank you very much. Take
safe
care.
journey.
You're welcome. Take care. Thank you.
Okay, have
Bye.
a safe journey. Bye.
Absolutely amazing. I'm just overwhelmed, really. You know, this was one of the most extreme hoards I've come across. Just really happy to see somebody finding themselves again. I'm just ecstatic. Really am.
For the first time in 6 years, Nigel is able to have his friends over for a dinner party.
Right, come on then, cheers everybody.
And all the good things that you've done and all the good things that are to come. I don't think deep down that he thought he'd be able to get as far as he did. So I think he's pleased with himself, proud of himself, like I'm proud of him for doing it. Coming in, it's just like into a different house. It's brilliant.
Well, we've gone a long way in a short time, but I couldn't have done it without the good friends that I've got, so all I can say is just thanks again to everybody. I'm happy again. I've got my house back, I've got my life back. You just can't say how much it means. It's just absolutely amazing.